There's no goss. It's just my lower back really hurts today, and I didn't want to sit in a hard wooden chair, so I'm just going to be really still so that this chair doesn't make a bunch of noise as it is wont to do.
Gotcha. Well, this will not, I mean, we're not going to be here long. This
Oh, okay. What are we doing?
So, this is like part kind of game, part I did some brief reading on a thing.
Mm, good for
Yeah,
you. I didn't know you
well,
could read.
I know. I taught myself just for this episode. No, I when we were like, let's do a game episode, I was like, excellent. And then I was like, I can't think of a game that doesn't suck. Like I either couldn't think of a game that didn't suck, or I couldn't think of one that wasn't like so fucking complex
Mm-hmm.
that I was like, and then I'll print off all of these different sheets and blah. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. So I started looking into topics and then I started researching two different ones and I was like, bored. But then I was listening to Morbid and Ash was talking about astrology. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Just feels like astrology just makes me think of 90s and early 2000s. So we're going to be talking a little bit about astrology today.
Okay, good.
It's not a deep dive. It's not even like there's no diving. It's like you're just going to briskly get your feet wet.
Do do we need a deep dive into astrology really though?
Exactly. I mean, like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to explain it because I think most people know what astrology is.
Yeah.
Um, I
Google it.
mostly, yeah, I mostly used Britannica, and then there were like a few other articles that I'll source if I actually talk about anything worth sourcing. And I'll put them on our website on the page for this episode. But something that I thought was kind of cool because I was wondering, like, how old is astrology? Obviously, people for bajillions of centuries have been using the stars for just about goddamn everything. I mean, navigation, of course, but then
Sure.
also using it to like figure out the shit about crops. I don't know how that part was boring. I
Yeah.
skipped it.
Crop shit.
Um, crop shit,
Just
and
crop shit.
then also like other, I guess, like spiritual beliefs or belief systems or religions or whatever, it mostly it's just about trying to understand yourself and the world around you and all the little dum-dums in your life. So it goes back to like 3000 BC, which before Cassidy.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's old as fuck.
Okay. It does seem like a quote unquote newer thing. So that
No,
does surprise me.
yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's changed, but like the zodiac, all of that is incredibly old. And
I guess
for
the stars are pretty
centuries,
old.
yeah, the stars, I mean, people have been fucking fascinated by them,
Sure, they should
understandably.
be.
And when you think about like how long it took us as humans to be like, holy shit, they're motherfucking planets. I mean, can you imagine looking up at the sky and having no idea what the fuck was happening? You're like, why is it light? Why is it dark? What are those twinkles?
I mean, I still feel like that sometimes. So it would have been really scary back then.
Right? But like also kind of cool, except I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
terrifying. So some of the articles I was talking about was like how they even saw um it went more into like the whole animal aspect, more so like the zodiac. And obviously
Okay.
people have been using symbolism with animals and themselves for centuries. There was like this article talking about how like cave paintings, seeing people kind of transforming into animals. Like we've
Ooh.
always been pretty much horse girls. Like humans, I was going to say as a genre,
As a
humans
show.
as a genre, we're all just different flavors of horse girl.
I think, yeah, that's a fair assessment. Horse
Yeah,
girls forever.
horse girls for life. So, for actually a very, very long time, astrology was considered an academic study.
Well, yeah,
And
wasn't Aristotle like, is that him? Did
that's
he do
philosophy. And
astrology?
I think you're thinking like
Shit.
philosophy and astronomy. You know what?
Yeah.
I feel so bad. I'm going to look up. Maybe he was also like, I'm a
No,
Capricorn bitch. No, I'm going to do it. It's fine.
okay, but do you know what? I
Aristotle.
think Aristotle just sounds a lot like astronomy. I
Astro.
think maybe that's what happened. Is I just connected those two things that are not
Oh,
connected.
yeah. According to UCL dictionary, Aristotle did not recognize astrology as a discipline. So,
Oh, Aristotle.
yeah, he was
That's
onto
rude.
it.
Okay. Well,
How rude.
continue. I know nothing.
So it did, though. It was seen, like I said, as a science and a valid academic pursuit. Obviously, that started changing with the development of science, but also with religion. This might shock you, but like Christianity was not stoked about astrology.
Really?
Yeah, I know, and
I am
they've always
shocked.
been like so relaxed and accepting of other belief systems,
So
but
chill. They just
yeah,
live and let live.
yeah, and I don't want to just it wasn't just Christianity. Islam wasn't like a huge fan of it either. Um
Sure.
it's look, religion is ruining the party.
I mean, are we shocked? No. I'm
No.
assuming that most major religions probably, when another belief system is like, hey guys, is like, no, no, whoa, 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 whoa. Who the fuck are you? We
Yeah.
didn't invite you.
I don't care if you were maybe here first. Like get the fuck out.
You're not on the
Yes.
list.
So obviously like it obviously I mean it didn't die out, but
No.
it became less respected, of course, which we can see now. And then it's had these moments of thriving and yep, rebounding. Yeah, that's a word. I don't know why I was like, it doesn't sound like a word.
It's okay. It just didn't feel right.
Didn't feel right. Um, so yeah, it has these moments of where like it regains popularity, and it's
Mm-hmm.
especially around where like counterculture is thriving. So like the 60s and 70s, of course, and then even like the 90s and now actually like the 2010s and the 2020s have seen according to some of the articles I read, have seen an influx in it as a belief system. And I just okay, so I wanted to see because I didn't want to just be like it's not scientific, even though I'm like it's not. I hate stating those things without being like I looked for studies because I think that makes it too easy for us to just assume things are facts because we feel them strongly or we think we remember learning something. So it's my journalistic background. I looked and I was correct, which felt
I,
good. Um, it yeah, it's not science has kind of been like no guys, but like you do you. Like the
right.
stars are
Have
cool.
fun. It's okay.
And what I would like to say is that what I think is really interesting is a lot of the discrediting towards astrology isn't applied like towards religion. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately because both are belief systems. And I'm like, at least with astrology, like we know the planets and the stars are real.
Very true. Yeah, they're there.
I mean, unless you're stupid and uneducated, but like we
Unless you're a
know,
flat earther.
yeah. But like we know those things. Like when I was thinking about it, I was like, honestly, like it feels a little bit more legit. Like either that the planets and stars and their strong gravity and forces and shit can affect your personality. To me, I was like, that does seem more believable than a just taking Christianity than like a god impregnated a woman who's a virgin, and then he had a godlike son who then died and was like, yo, I'm free. I'm like, it's funny to me that, and I know some people will discredit both, and that's completely fair. Like, I'll probably
Sure.
discredit, but I just think it's really funny where, like, some people will be like, I'm a Christian, but astrology is really dumb. And I'm like, your beliefs are dumb to me.
Right. Well, they all have issues. Although I will say, I've never seen an astronomist, astrologist,
Astrologist, yeah.
uh, you know, protesting against abortion or shitting on women's rights. I'm sure there is one out there. And if you want to show me an astrologist group that is doing that, I mean, I would be fascinated to learn more. So I think with astrology, I've not really ever seen it harm anyone per se.
Yeah, and I'm sure I could absolutely have seen it being harmful um, centuries ago when it was
Sure.
more legitimized. But I think the thing that just frustrates me is that And me's being like, I think your religion is dumb. I'm like, that's my personal belief. I still think you should be able to like worship and do whatever.
Right.
I just am like,
Freedom of religion.
yeah, I'm just like, look, I think it's like kind of hypocritical for you to be like, astrology is so out there when I'm like, you literally believe a man died and then like undied. And you're
Sure.
like, I'm not a Capricorn.
Yeah. You're not a bull.
Yeah. It's
I'm like, but
just,
I am a
it's,
bull.
you are a Taurus. Yes.
Thank you.
So no, I've had like, I also have just very strong feelings on religion and this brought it up a lot.
Sure. I can see why. But it is, I think that is an interesting parallel to draw.
Yeah, that for some reason we have to be like, well, astrology isn't a science, therefore it's invalid. But like nobody is trying to argue religion as a science. Like even people who are religious, for the most part, aren't trying to argue that. And yet,
No.
like that's just kind of fine. And I'm like, astrology is a belief system. I mean, it's not like a belief system in a god, but it is a belief system.
Sure.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm sure there are smarter people than me who have talked about it.
No, I don't think so.
You're right. I am the smartest person
Yeah.
in this room. I'm also the only person in this room currently, so
You know what?
I'll take
You
it.
didn't have to say that second part.
Anywho, I don't believe in religion, of course, or I'm not religious.
Hmm.
I don't believe in those belief systems. I don't believe in astrology, but I think it's really fun, and I think that there are things that I have actually learned from it because ultimately it's like a lot of personality quiz stuff, but
Yes.
it's talking about how to deal with your negative traits and how to communicate with other people. And I'm like that's actually useful. Like even if it's not true, even if like the signs aren't real in that
Hmm.
they affect they are these sort of like not symbols, not pentagrams.
No, not
Why I
pentagrams.
can't think of the word representations of I guess different archetypes of people.
Yeah, there is a word and I can't
Yeah.
think of it either, but I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I
so
get
they
it.
they like represent different archetypes of people and I think it can be really helpful kind of doing little thought exercises of interacting with different types of people.
Hmm. Agreed.
So, that being said, just kind of wrap up the kind of where I pretend that I have a point. Sorry, I was looking at my phone.
The business portion
Yes, thank you.
of the episode.
So most of the articles I read, because I was like, I'm not going to do like a history of this because if you're really interested in the history, that doesn't have to do with like when we grew up, when astrology, it was like everything. Like you knew like the zodiac signs of like every single character. They were always on like little profiles for them.
Yeah, you're right.
But I was curious about like, because I do feel like I see it way more and see it kind of in a legit, like people feel it seems like more legit about it
Hmm.
now. And the articles I found, a lot of them were talking about how I mean, we're definitely in very uncertain times. So, just in general, people trying to find something that explains that and is comforting and grounding. One,
Hmm.
it's fun. It's fun, and I'm
Yeah.
going to say it's harmless. Also, this was something that I can't remember if Ash from Morbid either said this herself or she was paraphrasing somebody else. But it's a point I really like where it's a like it's not sexist like a lot of religions are. It really is
Right.
just like self-reflective and it's not you don't have like all of these like baked in judgments. It's not telling you like you
Yes.
can't do things. It's not telling you that all like automatically you're a woman, you're less than, that you're going
Right.
to hell through. It's just sort of like here are some good traits about you. Here's some bad traits. Maybe reflect on that.
Yeah, it's not oppressive.
Yes. So it makes sense that particularly over the last I mean, really, even like 10 years, pretty much during the time that we've been alive, that millennials have been alive, we've been through like a shit ton of uncertainty. A lot of us have turned away from religion. It does make sense to me that still needing, I think it's just like a human need to try and explain ourselves and others and find comfort. I personally think that is why religion was invented.
Sure. Yeah, and I can see that too, people we want to understand it all, right? We want to understand the world. We want to understand ourselves. We want to feel like, this, I hate this quote. I used to say this, but everything happens for a reason. We want there to be a reason for it all. Understandably, I think that's human nature. And unfortunately, I don't think there is a reason for everything. That's, again, just my personal belief. But it, yeah, I think that is why all of these, people are always looking for their group and their
Yeah.
person to explain it all to them and to follow and say, okay, like, what does it all mean? Like, we want that, some more than others.
Yeah. And I mean, you can see that again and again regardless of what time period it has been in human history of us like
Mm-hmm.
trying of inventing new religions, new belief systems of saying like, oh, everything is rotating around the earth. No, everything's rotating around, like we very much want to have everything figured out, particularly our place in the universe.
Yep.
And that being said, do you want to figure yourself out right now, Riley?
Yes, I
Okay.
wanted nothing more.
Well, happy early birthday because I'm going to fix all of your problems right now.
Oh,
Uh,
thank
I
goodness.
texted in our little group chat with Mutt Mutt. I texted
Yeah.
her for when you were born, the time, so I could do your natal chart.
Oh, that sounds kind of yucky, honestly, but continue.
Natal chart or birth chart, it is supposed to tell you all the things about you. It's exactly where the stars were when you were yeeted into this world. As you know, your sun is in Taurus, so that's the sign. The sun sign is the sign that most people know.
Okay.
Mine, because my birthday's in December, I'm a Sagittarius. Yours is late April, you're a Taurus.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
sun determined, this is from CoStar. I'm going to read you your things.
Hmm.
This explains to the sun. The sun determines your ego, identity, and role in life. It's the core of who you are, and is a sign you most likely already know. So yours is Taurus. You are fundamentally stable, deliberate, and practical, though somewhat stubborn. Yeah.
No.
I mean, maybe not the
Kidding.
stable. No,
No,
I'm
I'm
kidding. You
just
are.
teasing.
You have a very stable life.
Yes, but I am extremely stubborn.
Yes. Oh my God. Your sensual side, this is weird to read to my sister.
Oh,
Your sensual side takes comfort and pleasure very seriously. You appreciate nice things when they're useful and meaningful.
wow, what a fun person I sound.
People appreciate how reliable you are.
They
I
should.
almost read, so it says in your fifth house, but I, dyslexia, I read it as in your filth house. And I was like, oh no, I can't read this on the pod.
I want to hear about my filth house. Give
So
it
it
to
says
me
it's
straight.
in your fifth house, meaning you feel the need to distinguish yourself from others through romance, self expression, creativity, and pleasure.
A lot of talk about pleasure, but okay.
Yeah, that slutty bowl.
That I guess. I guess.
Yeah. Your ascendant is in whoop, whoop, Sag. Get it, bitches.
Oh,
So
I'm a
the
sag hag
ascendant,
too.
you are a sag hag, a titchbit. This is the mask you present to people. Let's
What?
see. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's like your first impression sort of thing. Like when you're not comfortable with
Oh,
people, it's
okay.
like what you put off.
Okay.
So it can be seen in your personal style and how you come off to people when you first meet them. Some say it becomes less relevant as you get older. It changes every 2 hours. So if it doesn't make sense, reconfirm your birth. Oh, it changes like based on your birth time every two. So if I got it wrong, that's what I was
Oh,
saying. Ignore it.
okay. I was like, I'm sorry. That sounds absolutely mental.
Right. Okay, so because yours is Sag, you allegedly come across as independent, optimistic, confident, though sometimes overly blunt or critical. I will say you have a really good resting bitch face, so that could be the critical part.
Okay, fair enough.
Generally, a charming conversationalist, your free spirited approach may come off as restless or easily bored. Yeah, that's not accurate at
No,
all.
I'm shaking my head no.
Let's talk about that moon in Pisces, though.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's
Hey,
talk
my
about it.
girls are Pisces.
Oh, they are little fishes.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
So the moon is about emotions, moods. I can't talk. I am so tired. It's about emotions, moods, and feelings. So
Okay.
this is likely the sign you most think of yourself as because it like reflects your personality when you
Oh.
are alone or deeply comfortable. Once again, this is
Hmm.
all me reading from CoStar, but don't complain because you chose to listen to this podcast and it's free.
Oh, can I complain?
No.
Oh, okay. Just
Your
clarifying.
emotional self is empathetic, dreamy, sensitive, and gentle. I would
Correct.
actually say yes. You feel vulnerable much of the time and desperately wish for a partner who deeply understands you. It's in your third house, meaning you find security and safety through things you are familiar with. That is actually spot on.
Yes,
That
that
is
is
like
spot on.
the most spot on.
Wow. Okay. Keep going. I'm excited. Anything else?
Oh, there's like a bajillion houses. I think there's like 12,
Oh.
11 or
Oh.
12. So,
What? I'm sorry. Can you explain the houses to me?
yes, one
You
second.
froze.
No.
I'm so sorry. I'm not familiar with that term.
No, I used to because I was super into this as a kid and I used to actually know all this cuz I don't know, mom got me or I got it myself a little book on astrology and
That's
I was
so
obsessed with it.
cute.
I would like underline things and save like tab
Yeah.
pages for myself and my friends. So the 12
Oh.
houses are associated with a specific zodiac sign and planetary ruler. So
Okay.
it's just they're just representing different parts of your being. So
Self.
like I
Okay.
said, like the third house is about like who you are inside. The first house is this is like the mask and how
Right.
that
Okay.
appears to people. So now we're in the fourth house. You own a lot of houses. You own more houses than you are the problem. This is why millennials can't get houses. You own all of them.
I have so many houses. I am
You have
so
so
sorry.
many. Okay, your Mercury it's just up in Aries. So this
Okay.
is about how you
Okay. Good.
communicate, talk, think, and process info. It also indicates how you learn. It's your mind's planet.
Oh.
Okay, so Aries, intellect is quick, independent, impatient, energetic, and direct. You think fast and start conversations with enthusiasm.
Mm.
You're likely to yell. Nope. This maybe
Eh.
was when you were a teenager. Um, oh, this part, okay. You're curious about and inclined to analyze how to take care of people and what feels like home.
Okay. Yeah, that last part is true. The other stuff was a little bit.
Yeah. I know that like people criticize they're like astrology is always like just vague enough to apply to anyone. I look, I like I said, I don't really believe in astrology. I want to believe in it because I think it's really cool and fun.
Yes,
But I'm
I
like, I
get that
know it's
feeling.
not scientific, but it's so fun. And for me, my stuff is always like really spot on. So I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
Um, but I would say that if you're doing like a super duper quick like daily horoscope, then like horoscope, why do I always
A
say it like that?
Hirschker. I
A
don't know if you said
horoscope.
it like that last time
I
too.
know. If you're doing a daily horoscope, then yeah, they're always super vague. But I will say that like if you do a natal chart, they're not going like ours are going to be very different unless we have houses that are in the same planet area, booping and
Oh,
bopping.
and if our houses are in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Haha. I think I think you say horoscope because you're a feminist, and so you're
Yes.
calling it a horoscope.
And not a whore, a
Yeah.
scope.
Yeah, like okay, astrology, we were just giving you all sorts of kudos for not being sexist, and here we
It
are.
was just hidden there all along.
Mhm. Also need a t-shirt that says horoscope. TM.
Horoscope.
But horoscope.
Venus is in Pisces, which is funny because it's like I feel like there's a vagina joke there.
I just think of Sailor Venus and it just makes me want to die.
Well, she's oh god, she is your third house, and she is up in that fish.
Well, she can fuck right off.
Well, that's
Get out of
unfortunate
my
because
house, Venus.
it's how you love. It's how
Oh,
and what you love.
well, no wonder I'm so fucked up.
it's how you express affection and qualities you're attracted to. So yours is in, let's see, your romantic side is sentimental, dreamy, and gentle. You have endlessly deep wells of compassion and love, but have trouble protecting yourself in relationships.
I mean,
Love is
kind of
often
true.
expressed in things you know and are familiar with.
Okay, fine. Whatever, Venus.
Oh, this one's gross.
Read it.
Okay, your hor your horoscope right
This is the
now.
true
This is the
horoscope.
horoscope. It's your Mars is in Taurus. It's the planet of aggression. It determines how you assert yourself, take action, and energy that surrounds you, particularly your sex life, your ambitiousness, and when you're angry. So you assert yourself in
Okay.
a way that is practical, concrete, and relaxed. You push things forward stubbornly. You rarely make the first move. It's in your fifth house, meaning you put a lot of energy into romance, self-expression, creativity, and pleasure. Pleasure is coming up too much. I am
It really
uncomfortable.
is. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Let's just move on to Jupiter. And
Okay.
man, you have a lot of Pisces happening. So this is social
Hmm.
planet.
I don't think
Idealism,
I have one of those.
Jupiter rules idealism, optimism, and expansion. It's also very philosophical.
Mm,
Um, you
no, thank you.
grow and find understanding through empathy, dreaminess, and compassion. And once again, that whole you find success through the things you know and are familiar with.
Okay, fair. Dreaminess over and over, I feel like makes me sound kind of like a flake. So I'm not loving that, but
I would
okay.
say though, I don't think most people who don't know you incredibly well would see it. Um, but you are I don't know, like you were
Dreamy.
very artsy kid in high school.
Yeah,
And
no,
so
that's true.
I think though you have just a very strong mask.
Okay.
We're going to go to Saturn. It's your fifth house. It's in Aries. It's
Sweet.
about responsibility, restrictions, limits, boundaries, fear, self discipline. You struggle with aggression, impatience, defensiveness, hastiness, and conceit. You have
Next.
difficulties with romance,
Let's
self
not talk
expression.
about it.
Okay, okay. Let's go to your anus, which is in Aquarius.
Where it should be.
Your second house, your anus house.
Stop.
It rules a
Mom,
generation. Your
make her
anus
stop.
rules a generation
Stop,
more than a person.
stop it.
It's innovation, rebellion, and progress. Your anus is in
You're a
Aquarius,
child.
meaning other generations are shocked by your generation's unconventionality, intellectuality, and detachedness. I mean, look,
Listen. Oh,
this
I can't say that. We
this
can't steal that.
manifests in rebelling against dated expectations about money and material possessions.
Ooh,
All right,
ooh.
we're leaving your anus. We're like on the magic school bus and we're riding out of your anus and we're going to Neptune.
Now I'm thinking of a t-shirt that says your anus is in Aquarius.
If
Okay.
lost, please return to your second house.
Sorry. I'm
Okay.
composed.
Are you prepared for Neptune?
I don't know if I am.
It's in Aquarius. A lot
Okay.
is happening in Aquarius.
Aquarius needs a bath. Aquarius
Aquarius,
is
it's
filthy.
just splattered in matter.
Aquarius is my filth house.
Your horoscope for today is about your
who,
filth house.
who knew this was going to be such a dirty episode?
I don't
You
know.
never know.
You never know. Like I never. Where am I? Okay, Neptune, Aquarius. Also, generation more than planet. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Detached analysis and electrical pursuits. You're all electricians. Intellectual pursuits.
Learn a trade.
Really though, don't go to college. Learn a trade.
Trade
Pays much
schools are
better.
great.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Did you just say it tastes much better?
No, I said trade schools are better. They might taste better too.
What is happening?
I don't know. We're
Okay.
gonna get finally Pluto is in Sag. Vag. Pluto, and Pluto stays in each sign for up to 30 years, meaning it rules a generation, also more than a person. It's intensity, obsession, control. Your Plute is in Sag, meaning your generation's psyche is comparatively positive, free spirited, curious, optimistic, forward looking, independent, and confident. No,
Incorrect.
they're falling apart. It's in your first house, meaning you personally are transforming yourself and self image. And because it's in your first house, your Plute in Sagittarius is hyper present in your personality.
Mm, okay. Now, didn't science say that Pluto's not a planet anymore? Did they demote Pluto?
Yeah, but science isn't involved in astrology.
No, I know.
So
I'm just like Pluto is given
I'm
a
just
very
saying,
big role here.
yeah, I'm just saying that science is not invited to this Pluto conversation.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. I just wanted to say that. I don't have anything else
Okay.
to say.
Do you want to
I
hear
just wanted to
mine now?
argue. Yes, I was hoping you had yours
Okay.
too.
Yeah. So my
Moo.
sun is in Sagittarius and it's in the eighth house. Um, so I am fundamentally curious, restless, and independent. I have a strong. Sorry, my eyes are really bad. I need to get my. You have a strong, thought through ideas about meaning and what's right or wrong. Interested in pushing the boundaries of the. Sorry, some of this is just phrased weird. Okay, you have strong, thought through ideas about meaning and what's right or wrong, interested in pushing boundaries. You live to be free and to learn. Because it's my eighth house, I need to distinguish myself from others through darkness, taboos, rebirth, sex, and transformation.
Okay.
I'm going to say, like, pretty on.
It sounds pretty accurate to me.
My ascendant is in Taurus.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey. That's funny. We're like
Wait.
flipsies.
Yeah, did I do this right?
It
Because
doesn't
I'm pretty
matter.
sure my moon is supposed. It does. I'm pretty sure my moon is supposed to be in Pisces.
Well, that would be a huge slap in the face to me. I'm just going to let you know.
I know. I'm genuinely concerned. I did this wrong. Hold on, times.
Okay. While you're looking at that, I would like to officially dedicate this episode to Beth.
Okay.
Very into astrology. In fact, she got an astrology book for my oldest for her B day.
Aw,
And they've been kind of bonding over that, which is
that's
really
so
cute.
cute. I
Yeah.
love B Dog.
Be do.
I'm gonna have to cut that because I just mumbled one of my email addresses. Oh, that's not my birthday. Oh, I think that's what I did wrong. I put in my birthday wrong.
Well, that would do it.
I'm a potato bear.
You are a potato.
Okay, still in eighth house. Here we go. My ascendant is still in Taurus. It's my first house. Remember, this is my mask.
Okay.
Boop-doop, boop-doop, boop-doop.
You're
So I
masquerading as
come
me.
across is highly attuned to practical and material matters, especially pleasure and hedonism. But that same materiality gives people the impression that you are reliable, settled, sensible, deliberate, though sometimes stubborn. I would say in professional settings, this is really true.
Okay. Yeah,
I do
I
come
could see
across
that.
Taurus. Yeah. My moon, though, is in Pisces, which means I'm a fucking mess.
Oh,
Because it's
no.
emotions, moods, and feelings. And look, Pisces is a lot.
Oh, I know. I
Mm-hmm.
know. I have two
Mm-hmm.
of them. I
Two
know.
little fishies.
Two little fish.
So, my emotional self is empathetic, dreamy, sensitive, and gentle. I feel vulnerable much of the time, yes, and desperately wish for a partner who deeply understands me. It's my 11th house, so I find security and safety through friendship, social life, and social status. That is creepily, eerily, megally accurate. I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
You're all drunk.
You're all drunk. My Mercury is in Scorpio.
Okay.
So this is the one that's about communication. My intellect is intense, serious, and obsessive. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You have tendency to see things that others don't through your perspective and insightful intuition. Yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
You don't take things lightly, and you like to get straight to the point, which can come off as harsh, suspicious, or intrusive. Yes. You tend to
Correct.
communicate through body language. Yes. It's your seventh house, meaning you're curious about and inclined to analyze your closest relationships and how they affect you. This one is honestly like maybe one of the most accurate descriptions I've ever read about myself.
Ding,
To,
ding, ding, ding,
yeah,
ding.
no, this is why I'm like, it's really funny because I'm not saying this is scientifically or even spiritually true. I'm just saying that my birth chart does happen to be incredibly accurate for me. So if for some reason you wanted to know me, my birth chart is
This
revealing
is
all the
it.
secrets and insecurities.
Yeah. The
Now,
mask is off.
my Venus is in Capricorn. Capricorn,
A VCAP.
a VCAP for love. My romantic side is somewhat repressed in the name of responsibility and rationality. Sometimes it seems like you don't care about love. You're extremely cautious and appreciate stability. 10th house, meaning for me, love is often expressed in goals, success, and responsibility. I have not been talking into the mic. That's going to be fun.
I've been able to hear you just fine.
Okay,
So
cool. We're going to
what?
Mars
What
and
if I was like, yeah, I haven't been able to hear you this whole
I'd
time.
just be like, well, this episode already. Do you think people actually care about this? This
I've
seems
been
like a really
reading your
long.
lips.
I
I
have this.
think I like the astrology. I think it's fun, and I think most people think it's fun. So
Yeah, but I'm like, are people going to care about us?
yeah, they should.
Okay.
We're
My,
we're their hosts. Don't they want to get to know us?
I don't know. Mom and Beth and Justin will let us know. And Bo Bear. What if they're
Yeah.
just like, we did not care?
They're like, we weren't interested in getting to know you further.
Skip. Skip.
And you know what? That's their prerogative.
It is. I just don't want, whatever. Okay, we're already here.
It's fine. Yeah,
We're going
we're
to my
doing it.
fourth house, Mars and Cancer. Mars is aggression. Boop a doop a doop a doop, and a little bit of sex. Mars in Cancer, I assert myself in a way that is emotional and somewhat passive aggressive, and you push things forward only when you feel safe and secure. It is your fourth house, meaning you put a lot of energy into home and family. I would say that the ones that are most inaccurate are probably my dick bags. Um, Sorry, I clicked away by accident. I thought I lost it all. I would say my Venus and Mars are the least accurate.
Well, that's because Venus is a dumb bitch.
That's
I'm
true.
saying. I'm saying.
Yeah, no, Venus has ruined things for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to hear about my Jupiter?
I would love to hear about your Jupiter.
She's in Libra, or in Libra, sixth house, one of my
Okay.
social planets. Mine being in Libra, meaning you grow and find understanding through harmony, balance, and seeing both sides to a situation. I find success through routines, which feels like it's just calling out my ADHD.
That feels very triggering.
It
Um,
is really rude. Yeah.
hey, total side note. Do you remember that rhyme that we used to say in school that was like, boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Girls go to Mars to shit. What was it? Girls go to
No, I thought it was girls go to Venus.
but then what would that rhyme with?
Penis.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. No, it's I definitely remember the boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Hold on, this is really important.
yeah.
Do you remember that rhyme at all? Maybe it
I
was just
do.
something that
I no, I do remember it. I just
okay.
can't remember all of it.
Why
While you
can't we
look that up, I'm going to
remember?
keep talking about
Okay,
myself.
yes. Do it.
Saturn, Aquarius, 10th house, other social planet. It's about fears and self-discipline. I have none. To the latter, I have lots for the first.
Okay, I was like, hold on. Got it.
So I struggle with, oh God, there are words with the dyslexia. There are words that I can say in my head, but I cannot pronounce. But
Do
I'll
you want to
just
spell it?
obs, obs, Obstinacy.
Obstinate. Oh. Well,
Obstin.
obstinacy?
Yeah,
Is that a word?
I don't know.
I
But
don't know that
anyways,
that's
I
a word.
struggle with it and being overly detached and a superiority complex. It's in my 10th house, meaning that I've had difficulty with goals, success, and responsibility. Okay, you know what? Fuck you, Saturn. Now my anus is in my 9th house and Capricorn, and I bet
Okay.
Capricorn hates that. So my
What's the
anus,
symbol for Capricorn? Like, what's the animal?
it's like a goat, I think.
Oh, okay.
Other generations are shocked by your generation's sense of responsibility, seriousness, rationality, and hunger for power. They are not. It is your ninth house, meaning that for you, this manifests in rebelling against dated expectations about philosophy, faith, education, and politics. Okay, yeah, never mind. I take
Weird.
it back. I take it back.
You
My
should. Your anus
Neptune,
is right where it needs to
my
be.
look. Sometimes you don't realize it, but your anus was there all along, right in the spot it needed to be, which for
Guys,
me was
trust
Capricorn.
trust that your anus
Trust in
is
Uranus.
wherever it should be. Everything that happens in Uranus. Okay, no, cut that part. I
No.
didn't think that through.
Hey, look, if you two consenting adults, seven consenting adults, it's fine.
Did you just say 7 consenting
Yeah.
adults?
We don't know how much is happening.
That's an odd number. Also, this is ironic. It's girls go to college to get more knowledge, and I couldn't think of that. And we're also like, don't go to
you
college.
just wanted you just wanted more women in space. Good for you.
Thank you.
All right. Neptune, Capricorn. God, I forgot this. I have so much Capricorn in my sign, which is funny, or in my birth chart, which is funny because Capricorns frustrate me. Except there's a
Except
few
one.
podcasters. Yeah, I know. I
I was
was
gonna
just
say,
like,
there's one
there's
beautiful one, but we're not going to get
one.
creepy with it.
Well, I think we already passed that when your voice went to like a weird, and you're like, beautiful one. I was like, okay.
Like, I meant soul. That doesn't make it less creepy, does it?
No, let's just move on.
Let's move on.
So this is dreams, imagination, and the unconscious. So meaning your entire generation finds inspiration. This is why I don't read out loud,
Have
okay?
fun editing this.
Dyslexia. No, I'm going to keep it in because it's like, look, I've said I'm dyslexic, I think like 10 times per episode because it is such a struggle.
True. And people are like, prove it. Well, here you go.
Inspiration through hard work, responsibility, seriousness, and ambition. 10th house, meaning for you, this manifests in your ideal, verging on unrealistic and impractical about success and responsibility. Facts, bitch. Now we're going to Pluto. Respect the plu. Mine is in Scorpio, which is going to be a concerning combination considering its intensity, obsession, and control. And then we put Scorpio there. So my generation psyche is comparatively passionate, intense, serious, private, self-obsessed, and perceptive. It's in your 7th house, meaning you personally are transforming outdated forms of close relationships and long-term partnerships.
Someone's important.
Ooh, I know.
Ooh.
Do you want to see if you and David should stay married?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's see.
He's a Leo.
Ugh.
I know.
I dated one of them. No, they're great.
We've talked about this.
Yeah. Astrology compatibility. And once again, because I just read so much from that was CoStar, which is I actually have their app. I know I'm like, I don't believe in astrology, but I have their app. It's fun. It's really fun.
Okay. I might have to download that. That does sound like fun.
Yeah,
We all could use a little fun.
It's fun, and it also, like, for me, I really like the self-reflection.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong. In fact, I would encourage self-reflection for all.
Yes.
Like I'm the first person who's ever said that. Jesus Christ.
Okay, this is from astrology.com. When Taurus and Leo come together in a love affair, they can be a great couple because they know how to stroke one another's egos and love to have their own stroked. I don't like this. They have similar needs.
Stroking.
Taurus needs plenty of affection to be loved and cherished, while Leo likes compliments and wants to be adored and admired.
Okay.
They love status and possessions.
Which they?
Both of them together.
Oh,
Leo's often flamboyant about attention and gift giving.
No, not even a little.
Yeah, the idea of David being a Leo is really funny to me.
There are certain, again, like with anything in astrology, there are certain things where I'm like, oh, absolutely, that's him. But flamboyant would not be the first word I would use to describe my
It
husband
would be
if
just
you
because it
knew
would
him.
annoy him. It would be the first word I would use just because it annoy them.
That's because you start shit. You like to start shit.
Hmm. So, what's the best aspect of your relationship? I don't want to hear from you or David about it. I'll tell you.
Good, please do.
Their mutual admiration. Both signs have very powerful personalities, so neither will dominate the other, no matter how hard they try. Others see them as an excellent match as they share the commitment to fulfilling their goals.
Okay, I would say that's accurate.
Yeah. Now let's find out if Kelsey and I stay. So it seems like you guys get to stay married.
Okay,
That's
let's see
good.
if you guys will make it down the aisle. How about that?
Yeah. It's only been 8 years. Do you know we will be getting married just like a couple weeks before our 9-year anniversary?
That's so cool. God, that's hard to believe.
I know.
It's almost been 9 years already.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Ooh, okay. So now, when Aries, because Kelsey's an Aries, when Aries
Oh,
and
okay.
Sagittarius come together in a love affair, it can be a match made in heaven. These partners have much in common, similar energies, interests, and are highly compatible. Both are
Hmm.
explorers and pioneers. This relationship is torrid, exciting, and both partners are always ready for a new adventure. They both crave life experiences of their own and don't like to waste time just reading about it or listening to others tell about theirs. They do need to be careful, however. This could be an accident prone relationship, as Aries is always in a rush and Sagittarius tends to look at everything but the obvious. Rude, but accurate. Also, as much as these two have in common, it may be difficult to maintain a long term relationship when both parties have so much energy to start new
Oh,
things, but not much interest in following through. Okay, here's the funny thing. The things that it's calling out are accurate. Like, Kelsey and I both really love, like, we have all these, like, we're both horrible at following through with projects.
uh-huh.
And we're both fire signs. Oh my God. Like, I need to be right here because the mic is perfect here, but I keep going here like a dildo. Damn
I
it,
mean,
skate. Okay.
oh, oh my.
And it's in your anus.
Mom, I'm so sorry.
D-
She's not. I can tell by your face. You're not.
no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no.
Your
Have I?
oldest child.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she can't even tell her voices apart.
She will never tell us if that's the case.
No, she'll. I bet. I do. You want to bet that as soon as she heard that, she was ready to type out a text to us, being like, "Of course I can." Like understand or like hear the difference between your voices, but now that I've said this, she's like, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to give them the satisfaction. And you know
Exactly.
what? She's right. She's
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
That's the only way we learn.
It is. Now, the funny thing, so when I used to volunteer at this film fest and I was in the filmmakers lounge, so pretty much I would just like make sure there was coffee ready and chill.
Okay.
And there's this older woman who seemed a little woo, but I'm like, that's fine. It's city where I live. It makes sense.
Sure.
And she starts talking to me. This is Kelsey and I had only been dating for this was probably just like a couple years in, and she as we somehow are talking about Kelsey and myself, and she wants to know our astrological signs, and then she wants to get into some numerology shit, which for some reason numerology creeps me out. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I don't trust numbers. Um,
I
and
don't quite know what numerology is, to be honest. We don't
it's
have to get into
no,
it.
no.
I was just
So
being vulnerable.
thank you for sharing your truth, Taurus.
Hmm.
So she does the numerology thing. My numbers apparently though fucking rock, and I'm like lucky and amazing and perfect. And then she's just like Kelsey's aren't great, and she pretty much just is like, you really need to reconsider this relationship. It was so fun. Like
What?
she went through all these things about like, because now that she knew her astrological sign and her numbers, she was acting like she knew Kelsey and was talking about just like she's not trustworthy, all of these things. It was so I was like, I cannot wait to tell Kelsey all of this because she did not like her. And then She told me this really disturbing story one day, and I was here with her for 3 days. Then
Oh
another day, and she
no.
kept just being like, "Are you still together?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know it's crazy, but we haven't broken up yet." And then at one point, she talked about going to, she just said like a vaguely like Native American ceremony. Just, I'm like, there's like a lot of that is a broad term, but it was just vaguely
Yes.
that. And then she talked about dancing around a campfire and summoning wolf spirits. And then she demonstrated. So she
Oh,
was just like
she's just
doing
jamming.
her version of a quote unquote like Native American dance
I'm
and
guessing
doing
she's white as
howls.
well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, okay. Yeah, that tracks.
And
Wait, she was howling?
yes. How are you going to
Oh.
summon those wolf spirits, Riley? You dumb idiot.
No, you're right. That was a stupid question. I'm sorry.
And this woman had to be in like her mid 60s.
That's absolutely what I was picturing.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Okay.
Long
Continue.
skirt with just like
Yep.
vague floral shapes.
Mhm. Long gray wavy hair.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
And no, it was not.
Redacted.
We might have to cut that because that's a
I'll,
very geographic reference.
no, but I'll bleep the name because
Okay.
it was funny for you and me. And then we'll tell mom
That's a
and Beth.
good one. That's
I
a
know.
good one.
But yeah, she was just like, I told Kelsey and I was like, she still wants us to break up, or just text her and be like, she still thinks you suck.
I might have to take back what I said about astrology not hurting anybody because I wonder how many people this woman broke up or tried to
Well,
break
she
up.
wasn't very convincing, at least. Yeah,
Maybe
it
not to
was
you, but what if somebody was already
true.
like questioning their relationship? I
True.
suppose then they probably would have broken up anyway. But I'm like, how dare you meddle in the affairs of complete strangers and tell them that the person who isn't with them is terrible? And then I wonder if you guys had been flipped, if Kelsey had been the one talking to her, would she have just been like, "Oh yeah, Sid sucks"? You know what I mean? Like, was she just
Yeah.
saying that the one that wasn't there sucks and that you're great? Did she want to date you?
She was like, oh, oh no. She maybe it was a mating dance and not to summon wolves.
Because howling can work for that too,
Ugh.
in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Depending on what you're into, I'm just saying.
Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Yeah, so that was a weird.
Ow.
That was a weird experience.
You're gonna look at it in a whole new light.
No.
She was courting you.
Oh God. I wanted out of that room so badly. It would sometimes just be us
No
alone for
shit.
stretches at a time.
Well, I'm sure. I bet you guys wouldn't have been alone if she hadn't been there. People were probably avoiding that fucking room like the plague.
Can you imagine go in to like just grab some coffee and there's a woman just dancing around a table and howling?
No, I can't. Oh, that might be one of the best stories you've ever told me.
Thank you. It
Thank
was
you.
my lived experience. I did not enjoy it, but I'm glad that it can now bring joy and laughter to many or a couple.
A few, let's say a handful.
A handful.
A handful of listeners.
Well, that's all I got. This episode was like 30 minutes longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
liked
think.
it.
Well, that's good.
I thought it was a lot of fun. We got to think of like a fun title for this episode.
Where is Uranus?
No, I simply can't call it that. I can't type that out.
Have you seen
Uranus is
Uranus lately?
Where is Uranus?
Oh, speaking of silly things, there's this hilarious site a friend showed me one day called, oh, excuse me, called is Mercury in retrograde, and it's just
Ooh.
ismercuryinretrograde.com, and the only thing it either says, it'll say yes or it'll say no, something else is bumming you out.
That's amazing. Because that's really all you need to know.
Yes, and right now it's not. Something else is bumming you out.
Oh, fuck. Something else. You know what really bummed me out this week? The fucking time change has
Oh,
totally and completely fucked my whole week up.
talking
And
about
I can't get out of it.
things in my anus. The time change just fucked me in the ass. It was awful. And I still cannot adjust to it.
I have to get off this call. I have another call coming in. Oh my God. Well, thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for
Mm-hmm.
vibing.
Yes.
I'm going to
Thanks
go.
for what?
I was going to say, I'm going to go play some Stardew Valley. So let's wrap this up.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something gross.
No.
All right. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
God.
Uranus. You've reached Sid
And Riley.
We can't come to the phone right now.
So leave a message after the beep. Ruining Our Childhood was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Psych. But it is produced by us, Riley and Cassidy.
With music by Joseph Tuna Medish.
You can follow us on Instagram at Ruining Our Childhood Pod.
Or send us an email at ruiningourchildhoodpod@gmail.com.
Support the show through our Ko-fi account, ko-fi.com/Ruining Our Childhood Podcast.
Later!